Oh, it's that time of year, folks. Welcome one and all to the official announcement for Omens of Destruction. That's right, we finally got a name, even though Creative Assembly's been talking about this DLC for some time already. Now we have an official announcement, a trailer, and all that jazz. So yeah, we're gonna jump into the trailer here. And early in the morning, so the voice isn't fully woken up yet. I apologize about that, but let's jump in here and see what's going on. Oh yeah. Right off the bat, we see some Empire lads, the Emperor himself, defending this little position here. By the way, if you're not, you should go watch the trailer in its entirety first, because I'm going to be pausing it a bunch here. And yeah, we do see their Skull Taker is the Lord announced for Khorne. Yeah, he's sort of the Bloodletter Lord equivalent, if you will. And he's all about dueling those big champs. And then we got the Ogre Lord known on this channel as Golgag, because if I say his actual name, I'll get demonetized, and that's going to probably continue on throughout the life of this channel, so that's nice. But he's an ogre, he's a mercenary, he's a big bad dude, and he is a fan of nipple piercings. And then Gorbad, he is the orc strategist, tactician, the brilliant mind that invented flanking for orcdom.
Think they could steal my glory?
Yeah.
We done all the hard work for it. Stick to the plan.
Okay, alright. And then we see also this Gobbo lad on this white spider here. There's a big blue Arachnarok in the back. No idea what's going on with that. But, yeah, we see here some orcs and goblins. Hard to really tell if there's anything new besides this guy, well, and Snagla. And we'll look at all the unit lists and everything here in just a minute, as they have been released on the Steam pages, but... Oh, okay, I see some chain squigs. So, new squig units, always a good time. And... yeah, essentially looks like Fanatics, but in squig form. Yeah, we got those Spider Riders. Snagla Grobspit, as mentioned. Yeah, then we got Skull Taker here.
Shall have his tribute, but the worthy.
Ooh, and is that Scylla Angerfrim, or whatever they say? Okay, there's a bunch of new units as well charging alongside here. It looks like these are some new, like, dual-wield infantry. Definitely some sinister-looking dudes. And I think there's also, yeah, some beastmen. These are the Khorngors. It looks like they've got two-hand weapons. I don't know. I think that they say in one of the videos, talking with the devs, I think they're halberd infantry, technically, if I remember right. I could be wrong about that. Maybe I made that up in my mind. But anyway, yeah, we see some other stuff charging through, absolutely wrecking the Bretonnian lines here. Is that a Slaughter Brute, I believe? Again, we'll look at all the unit lists here in just a minute. But, ooh, I think they're also, like, kind of showing the start positions, maybe, here? I'm assuming. We'll look at those in just a second, but, oh yeah, this guy's all about the treasure. Definitely Dov Pays hashtag. Definitely going to be a fan of the Golgag. Oh yeah, absolutely brutal, too. Ooh, okay. Alright, giant single entity squig burst through the gate. That's something to be excited about as well. This ogre section here, if we just kind of briefly go back, I did see some interesting things. Yeah, this looks like a new character as well. Is that... I think there's another legendary hero. But let's take a look in the background here. It does look like some new stuff for the ogres. We do see in this shot some yetis definitely over here. It looks like, yeah, this is maybe either like a new infantry type unit, considering all the kind of variants of this dual hand weapon situation. We've also got this guy with this sort of executioner hood right here. Maybe this is the legendary hero, because I guess he's an executioner. Maybe this is like a generic character or something. We'll look at all that in a second, try and guess at different things, but... yeah, there's the Thunder Tusk. Is that what that is? There's a big new single entity monster as well. And I will also call your attention to, obviously, the big monster in the background is very impressive. But in the foreground, we have Pigback Riders, I think is what they're calling them. Yeah, we've got Noblars riding on Noblars as a cavalry unit. And with some incredible nose armor as well. Just spectacular. I love it. I love the janky, silly stuff in Warhammer, and Noblars riding on the backs of Noblars is peak Warhammer, to be honest. Very hyped about that. Yeah, giant single entity squig. We see some more units charging through here as well. This looks like a new shaman. He's got a bone on his head, so I'm guessing that's like a Savage Orc Shaman of some kind. I believe it's a Lord level Savage Orc Shaman, if I remember from the notes. We'll look at all that in just a minute here, but using the sword as a toothpick. It's a nice little touch there. Alright, cool. Interesting. Yeah, as far as trailers go, I feel like this is better than a lot of the previous Game 3 trailers. It does show some interesting information. If we assume that the map picture here is sort of indicative of their start position, then I guess Gorbad will be starting in the Empire, right? Yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell what's going on 100% just based on these screens here. But let's assume that he's probably going to be tangling with the Empire early. This could be completely wrong also. Skulltaker is looking like, yeah, he's fighting in Bretonnia against, well, no, he's fighting Albric in Lustria. Okay, so I guess he gets to participate in Lustria Bowl. Seems like a very appropriate place for a character hunter to be, considering how many legendary lords have been stuffed in that continent. And then we see Golgag up here in the north. But did they already talk about the start positions? I might be completely making that up. This might just be for demonstration purposes, but anyway, let's go ahead and... Oh, look at that guy. That's a good screenshot of the execute. That's got to be the Executioner legendary. Legendary guy, right? I mean, look at that guy. He looks like he's pretty happy about the treasure. But anyway, go ahead and switch here. We are on the blog. Yes, the announce was embedded in the blog. Very nice. So, yeah. Skulltaker. He gets his Cloak of Skulls as a campaign feature. Battle play style. He's, you know, it says here he's good at hunting characters and also at killing, you know, for cleaving through ranks of troops with his two-handed Slayer sword. So I'm assuming he'll just be like a nice all-round melee combatant, as is probably the case for Khorne. Won't have the greatest defenses, but definitely will be very potent fighter for sure. In terms of the characters and units, here we get the actual list. So 2 legendary heroes, Scar Bloodwrath and Skilla Fingrim. There we go. I got it. Followed by a host of acolytes, including the Blood Speaker, Slaughter Brute, Blood Beast, Wrathmonger, Skull Reapers, and Khorngors. So a lot of words there. I mean, obviously the Slaughter Brute is one that's kind of classic and familiar. That's going to be big single entity. Blood Beasts and Wrathmongers, I'm assuming, are the kind of the dual-wield infantry we saw there. It'll be interesting to see how those kind of shake out in terms of their balance and role and everything. Khorngors also. Yeah, I mean, more melee infantry for Khorne is never a bad thing, I guess, but it doesn't seem like, I don't know, besides maybe the Slaughter Brutes, they're not adding, like, a lot of new varietals of units to Khorne, which I guess makes sense. You know, you want to keep them within their specific playstyle and just give them more tools to kind of play within that space. But, yeah, I mean, the Blood Speaker, I think, we'll have to see. I'm assuming that's, like, a character, but... yeah, definitely going to be in for an interesting time on that one. This screenshot is also interesting. The fact we've got like an orc riding a squig here. I don't know if this is actually, or if that's just, you know, there's a squig there and he happens to be like standing behind it in such a way that it looks like he's riding it. A little bit odd, but we do see another nice shot of the giant single entity squig. I believe that is the Mangler, or sorry, the Colossal Squig. Yes, the Mangler squigs are the chain squigs. Snagla, of course, legendary hero. Unfortunately not a legendary lord. I was hoping Honestly, we might see him as a legendary lord at one point, but he came in as a legendary hero. He's the sort of the Spider Rider character, if you will. Savage Orc, okay, Great Shaman. It is Lord level Savage Orc Shaman. Night Goblin Big Boss, another Night Goblin hero. It'll be interesting to see kind of what his role shakes out as well. The Night Goblin War Boss is sort of an assassin type character in terms of his skills in campaign and also his battlefield role. He's pretty cheap and can go like snipe enemy casters especially. But the Night Goblin Big Boss, yeah, not sure how that will go. I guess there's the War Boss, the Lord, and then we have the... Anyway, there's the hero level as well. But Black Orc, Axe and Shield, I have some thoughts about this. I'm going to talk about that more in a video upcoming soon. Mangler Squigs, Colossal Squigs is great. Arachnarok Flinger, okay. I also don't know what that could be. I guess it's like a ranged Arachnarok spider. Interesting. And Bolt Thrower, okay. Yeah, so... they didn't call it the Spear Chukka for whatever reason. But... yeah, they're going to get another artillery piece, sort of more anti-large, probably relatively cheap and inaccurate, but interesting. Yeah, nice additions for the Green Tide. The Squig units especially got me very excited. As for, oh yeah, we do see, I think these are actually the Corn Gores in the foreground here with their nice little corn belts. They got some chainmail, looks like, and yeah, I guess sort of axe halberds. Could probably interpret that a number of different ways, but anyway. Brag the Gutsman is the legendary hero, or Golgag. He gets his mercenary contracts, of course, in campaign, and he's an anti-infantry blender. We'll see what that means in actual practice. Probably will be good at killing hordes of infantry, you know, ideally. But globe-trotting nature also gives him access to a variety of exotic abilities, such as Deadeye, which allows him to take a powerful shot. Okay. The Ogre Paymaster. Okay, so that's, I guess, the other character that we saw there in the trailer. Bruiser, I'm guessing, is a hero as well. That's like the generic melee hero, I think, for ogres. Golgag's Man-Eaters. We got the Pickback Riders we saw there. Blood Vultures, Yetis, and Thunder Tusks. So, yeah, pretty much everything I think we saw in the trailer there and we're able to pick out for the most part. It's easy when it's so big, right? The ogres are very noticeable. And then the free LC, 100th Legendary Lord, Arbal the Undefeated, the champion of Khorne. So you can see here, we don't get a lot of info on him. Of course, there will be fixes and faction updates for Ogres, Khorne, and the Orcs and Goblins. And yeah, Arbal. Art looks amazing, I have to say. Definitely excited to play him in-game. He looks, you know, somewhat like just a generic Khorne dude, but at the same time, he's got the mount, the doggo mount, which means running him alongside Karnak will be just pure bliss. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I also had pulled up the Steam pages and was looking them over. I don't think they necessarily show anything more, besides maybe just a couple of screenshots, which I guess we can look through. That one we saw there. Here we see, yeah, the Executioner. This is maybe the Blood Beast or whatever it was for Khorne. What is it called? Yeah, Blood Beast, actually. It seems like a monstrous infantry unit, maybe. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then the Thunder Tusk, absolutely massive. Compared to these Bretonnian Knights, we also get a shot of some Yetis here, also engaged. It looks like, yeah, that other unit that we saw different varietals of, I'm guessing, for the Ogres, that was, yeah, Golgag's Man-Eaters, specifically. They seem like they'll be pretty potent, potentially. And then for Gorbad, yeah, we get the Colossal Squig here. Very nice. And then this Ogre lad, I'm thinking that's also Golgag's Man-Eaters. And then that one we saw on the blog. And there's Snagla. You have to love his mask. And the White Spider. Super cool. And yeah, these ones we pretty much have seen most of. That's got to be Skilla, right? Or the Slaughter Brute? I actually don't know. I guess we'll learn the difference. Okay, that's got to be the Slaughter Brute. This looks like more like a character. This other one here, right? Yeah, fun stuff. Definitely excited. One thing about this DLC that's got me pretty hyped is I enjoy rush factions for the most part, and while, you know, Green Tide definitely can be played in a number of different ways, they have some surprising, you know, kind of variety and flexibility. Generally, all three of these factions play very well in a rush style. I mean, Khorne is literally the rush faction, and Ogres, while they are relatively well balanced as well, definitely benefit from just going all in on a big charge and, you know, so forth. But adding more units sort of within those different varieties, giving them more monsters, especially more character types as well, always a good time. Yeah, we'll have to see how the balance shakes out. I unfortunately don't have early access yet, but I will be getting early access very soon, and I'll be able to bring you guys some content upcoming. Actually, let me pull up my schedule here. I can begin showing DLC content on the 4th of December. So next week on Wednesday, we'll start all in on the new patch, start taking a look at the new units, get some battles against other content creators, and start to give you guys a little preview of what to expect in Omens of Destruction. But definitely got me hyped. It was a decent trailer for sure, and, you know, I do appreciate sort of the... Yeah, again, I don't know. I don't remember about star positions. I don't know if they even indicate anywhere in here. If that is their actual star positions, that's cool if they included that in the trailer. Maybe it was intended to be at one point or another. But regardless, it's just kind of nice to give that sense of place a little bit there. And overall, very excited for this DLC. Lots of fun fixes, and, you know, Ogres should finally be like a complete faction and fully, you know, fun to play and everything, but we'll have to wait and see. Definitely stay tuned for more content. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.